Yeah, Dakota, man. Thank you for coming, man. I hope you don't mind if I say Dakota, because usually when
Dakota Damu,
whatever. Yeah. Appreciate you coming, man. Um, yeah, man. On this podcast, I try to get people that are trying to do their thing in Rockford, man. So I really appreciate you coming through. And we also have Tempest in the back.
Yeah, Tempest in the building.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. So usually people's first podcast episode, I like to get as much background as possible. Like where were you born, where you grew up, stuff like that. So if you can just start it off, where were you born, man?
So I was born in Mankato, Minnesota, Blue Earth County. My mom was an artist. She's actually getting her master's degree in fine arts when I was growing up. So I spent a lot of time around a lot of artists, a lot of really interesting people, and they were always dropping gems on me growing up. I never really knew what it meant until I got to that point where I was ready to do my thing. Yeah. So grew up in Minnesota. I moved to Illinois in '97. This little podunk town near Rochelle called Stewart.
And how old how old were you when you moved here, bro?
Like 6.
Oh, 6. Okay. Yeah.
So and then we stayed there for a while, and then we moved out to Rockford when I was just entering 6th grade. And I always tell this story. I met my first friend in Rockford at Ellis Arts Academy. His name is Alejandro Gomez, and he kind of put me on to the art community out here when I came back.
Okay, yeah.
I started getting involved again. So.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me asking, man, why Rockford? Because when people move to Rockford, it's like, why?
Well, it's always for a job, right? So my dad moved out here. He wanted to move out here because he got a job. He was a body man, did body work. So he got a job out here, and my mom was teaching at Kishwaukee College.
Dude, yeah, I heard about that, man.
Yeah,
this is
She was a ceramics teacher for over 20 years there. So I grew up around a lot of art. Clay mainly, but my mom taught me how to draw. Growing up, and it's just a really fun experience.
Yeah.
Coming up in that, meeting a lot of artists that had been doing it for their whole lives. That's kind of what gives me my drive. It's like recognizing that is something that's out there that you can do. So I feel like a lot of people get into this mentality where it's like, yeah, I like to do this, but it's not really anything special.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I've definitely been there. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I always space out, but do you guys want anything to drink? We got water, Gatorade, sparkling water.
Yeah, sparkling.
Let's do water. Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's something I always be forgetting to do. I feel like my guests be dying of thirst. But yeah, man. Yeah. I didn't want to get too far along because I know you do quite a bit of things. But when you were growing up, when did art come across you? What age?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's always been kind of a consistent thing growing up. I always drew. I didn't really start taking it serious until I got into high school, though. Okay. That's when I started doing graffiti.
Yeah.
I met a friend who happened to be a graffiti artist in my art class, and he kind of showed me the way, and taught me how to do things. He used to, draw out a piece and have me color it in and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite shit.
And me too, man.
And then it kind of just went on from there,
But before that, what were you drawing?
What was I? I was just drawing random shit, man. Just like things I saw, things I thought about. Usually people or superheroes and shit.
Yeah. You should, man. Mine started with like circle people, like a circle head, circle body, circle hands and shit. Like a little cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, I made a comic book when I was a kid too about my mom.
Oh, really?
Called Mudcat.
Yeah.
Because she was working with clay all the time, And I did a couple issues of that, and I think she still has them somewhere. But You
Ooh, damn, dude.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's one thing I heard about. I heard about you talking about on Vic's podcast. Shout out Vic. Definitely go
Hmm.
check it out on Spotify. Beats, Breaks, Bamboo, and Beyond.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude, your mom, she works with clay. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
She's getting back into it too. She kind of
Okay.
had like a point in her life where she was down on herself, and I feel like that's how I got good at talking to people about, you know, their insecurities and kind of like showing them who they can really be just by talking to them. Because like I don't have anything to gain there. I just want to see people do great things, you
Yeah.
know. And because I've been there before, my mom's been there. Depression is a motherfucker,
Yeah.
and you gotta work through it. So, yeah, she kind of took a break for a while and got into. She's just getting into it again. I want to get her out here in the art scene
Yeah,
in
yeah, bro.
Rockford
Oh,
because
yeah.
she never really did that.
Yeah, and have you ever asked her why? Because, Rockford is, I mean, I may be wrong, definitely correct me, man, but like, it's really getting in there with the arts.
I think she just gets in her head, and I don't think you're wrong at all. I mean, like the art scene was virtually non-existent for me growing up. In this town, you know, if you weren't an adult, really, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
But even when you were an adult, like it was very clicky, and there wasn't really a way to enter. And I feel like people are doing their own things now more and helping out their friends
Yeah.
out here, and that's the important thing. You know, we want to build it up like New York in the '80s, how the
Yeah,
art scene was there.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
So there was artists, musicians just collaborating constantly. And why can't we do that?
yeah, that's true, man. We definitely got the spots for it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that many.
People get really fixated on where they're at. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to LA. I need to go to New York.
Yeah, true.
You don't really though.
Yeah,
You
you
can
don't.
make it happen right here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And better that, because then you're more in control of it.
Mm,
Shit can spin out of control in a big city like that
yeah, that's true.
real quick.
Yeah. And I didn't always have that idea. It's just recently when I saw the homeless population growing in LA, I was like, to me, this is my ideas, my opinion.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, dude, like it don't matter where you're at, bro. Like you could do anything anywhere.
Hmm.
You know, I know that sounds weird. Like, oh, what does that have to do with the homeless population in LA? It's just getting so bad that like, and the living of there is so high. It's
Hmm.
like, why would you want to live there?
But it's like a lot of that has to do with people going out there with a dime and a dream and nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they really don't know how to accomplish that goal. A place like Rockford, you can get your feet wet, or you can just stay here.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. And then that's a good way to put it. Get your feet wet and then go somewhere else. But in reality, man, you don't have to. You can just do it here.
yeah, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
There's great people
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk more about that later on in the smoke room. But all
here.
right. So you started to learn graffiti, man. Did you paint on the walls?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got caught for it.
Really?
I
Really?
got arrested for it.
And may I ask, you don't have to answer, but like, how fast did you get caught and what did you write?
I mean, we were doing it for quite some time, but I think what actually got us all popped was at least the beginning of it is we did a mural for our high school,
Mm,
and like, the school cops came by. They're like, "I think I seen that under a bridge," and then
mm.
we're like, "Maybe you
Yeah, yeah.
did." But then I think that's when shit started. People started talking to each other and stuff, and I was dumb about it back then. Like I was telling Vic, drawing on the walls in the bathroom, and then having the same shit on my notebook. And it's like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't think about shit like that when you're a teenager.
And that's the reason why I brought it up, bro. It's because, I mean, like, I can't really say I'm a graffiti writer. I just tagged,
Hmm.
because I, like, there was a time in my life where I really wanted to be one.
Yeah,
But nobody told me you're not supposed to use your real name.
yeah. Well, I mean, you can, but
But you get caught up quicker that way.
yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
that's always something that could happen. Like some of these are my old monikers.
Oh, really?
You know,
Okay.
so I wrote SEKS or SOLER. There were a few other ones because I wrote a lot of different names
Yeah.
back in the day, but because it keeps them guessing.
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, dude. That's something. It took me a while to like really understand the graffiti world, and even now I still don't get it.
Yeah.
Because I've never really hung around with too many people that actually done it or been in it.
Yeah.
So I definitely love it though, man. When I was growing up, I
Mhm.
don't know if you know this game. What's it called? It's called like Getting Up.
Yeah, Mark Echo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I always have trouble pronouncing
Yeah,
that.
I had fun playing that.
Dude,
It was
that's
cool.
because my dad he
There
taught
was
me.
never a game like that.
Oh, dude, never, bro. But my dad, he's the one that kind of showed me a little bit of scribbling,
Yeah.
tagging.
Uh-huh.
Dude, once I played that game, bro, I was like, man, I want to be a graffiti artist, bro.
Hell yeah.
The first tag I did was I grabbed my sister's tanning spray
Hmm.
and I tagged this neighbor's garage with my name.
Hmm.
and obviously the neighbor didn't know who Angel was, but my dad knew who Angel was. And
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I got to whoop him real quick.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Because, I mean, yeah, luckily the neighbor didn't know who I was, so my dad wasn't like, oh, no, that's my son. It was just like, God damn it.
Yeah,
beat
and
his
that's
ass.
and that's the thing about a small town like this too, is it's really easy to get trapped up, you
What,
know.
I grew up in Chicago. I was born in Chicago.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
came here in '07.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like,
So yeah, if it wasn't for your dad, nobody else would have known.
yeah, yeah, man. But yeah, man, funny times.
Yeah.
But and then just growing up, man, I did it a few more times. Still used like AR, Angel
Yeah.
Rodriguez or
Hmm.
Angel
Hmm.
for short. Um, yeah, man, just got in trouble. Luckily, nothing that I got arrested for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like they were getting real hardcore on graffiti back in that time. Stuckster and Jack had been arrested a couple years before I did. Before I got arrested, they were in the paper. I still got the news clippings from
Oh,
them
really?
too.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, bro. That would have been
it's a
dope. You
piece
should
of
brought.
history,
Yeah,
man. And like the write up that they did in it was just asinine, man. Like they don't understand shit about
yeah. And
it.
fuck. Damn it, man. Brain fart. But yeah, man. Oh, does so when you get arrested, bro? What does your mom tell you? Like, you're not doing that shit no more.
Oh
Do something
man,
else.
we had a troubled relationship after that.
Okay.
Obviously, she knew I was like into graffiti and stuff because she'd see it all over my room and my notebooks and sketchbooks and stuff. But she didn't. She never could. She never would have conceived that I would have gone out and done it illegally and shit.
Yeah.
And so when she found out, she was very disappointed. Real upset with me for a long time. But we mended that fence. It was tough for a while, but we got there.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it I can understand because obviously nobody wants their kids to get in trouble, but
Hmm.
at the same time, it's like for me, it was just trying to get recognition, man. Like
Hmm.
building myself up there,
Yeah.
trying to do that,
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is when I was in high school, I watched the movie Style Wars.
Oh,
It's like a
really?
PBS special.
Yeah,
You ever
yeah,
seen
yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
not all of it, but I remember catching a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like just seeing it as it was happening in New York, where it was conceived, you know, seeing it as it's happening in the 80s, like just because it started before that obviously, but it was really in its prime at that time, people doing whole cars and shit,
I know,
you
dude.
know. And
I
they even
dream.
they even had the mayor on there talking about how ugly it was when they had to clean them. It's like, motherfucker, don't clean them
I know, dude. Yeah, man.
then.
I mean, good. Well, this is my opinion, man. I definitely love art on walls.
Yeah, yeah,
Not no tags like gang tags, but like actual like
yeah,
I would love to see shit like this on walls.
yeah, for real, yeah,
Covered up.
yeah.
And so when does music come along, or when do you start dabbling in the music?
Well, at the same time I got into graffiti, I got into all the facets of hip hop.
Okay.
I even talked with Vic at the time about learning how to break, but my mind wasn't there yet. I don't
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
And
When
like,
were you a dancer? Did you like to
I
flow with
I like
music?
to dance.
Yeah.
I was always shy. when I was younger, but I like to dance.
Yeah, why is it that us creative people are always shy,
I
dude?
don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's a curse, man. But
And
you get to a point where you get out of your shell, though. You know.
yeah, man. I mean, look at me, dude.
Yeah.
Like 5 years or a couple years before this, man. You asked me, would you ever do or talk about yourself? No. Yeah,
Same
yeah.
here,
Like
man. Same here.
I just had to break out, you know, networking shit.
Yeah.
It's still hard. Don't get me wrong. Like right now, I'm extremely nervous, man. I got two talented artists in front of me, so you
Don't
know.
be nervous, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. I always tell myself, like, man, we're just people
For real.
who like to create, you know.
Everybody in this world is equal, man. Like, no matter what anybody tries to tell you, we're all equal in this world. Like, no matter if you're a billionaire, you got 2 pennies in your pocket, we're all the same. You know, don't let anybody son you.
Yeah,
You know,
and were you always this, or did it take time for you to
it took
develop?
time
Yeah,
for
okay,
sure.
yeah.
Like, I was really in my head for a large portion of my life, and that's why I was like, you know, I kind of took a break after the arrest. I took a long break from even talking to anybody.
Mm,
I spent a lot of time by myself, learning to love myself,
yeah.
and working on, you know, my own emotional intelligence and all that. And that's why I feel like I can spread that knowledge now, because I see people making the same mistakes that I made when I was in those situations. So, you know, I kind of got to a point where I was getting tired of the 9 to 5, and like like I said on Vic's thing, you know, I got in this motorcycle accident, kind of changed my life. You know, I started going to therapy before that, but when I got in this accident, I just like it flipped my whole perspective on life, because I felt like I could have died that night and it would have been exactly the same way, except I wouldn't have woken up. And so I'm not going to sit around and wait for anything
Mm,
anymore at this point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you don't mind me asking, when was this accident?
September 26th, last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I just got healed up from it. Like, I was walking around with a cast for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
Most people, that's how they know me, is walking around with this yellow cast on.
yeah, yeah, dude. Dude, I mean, yeah, I definitely listened to the podcast, but yeah, man, I thought this was like a few years ago.
Mm-mm.
Holy shit.
This shit just happened, man. And it pissed me off too, because I had a Harley Sportster. I just got it up to the point where I was feeling good about how it looked,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I destroyed it.
Yeah, 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 dude. Oof.
But I'll get another one, you know.
And like, you don't mind me asking, like, how did you get into the accident? Like,
Well, I was going out. I was gonna get dinner for me and my sister, and I went out somewhere to see some people, and then I decided to take like a long way home because it was one of the last warm days,
okay,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And it was really nice. So I went out like on 11th, and I kind of got lost. My phone died. I had one of those phone things for your bike,
Yeah, yeah.
and my phone died. So I was trying to find my way back, and it was really dark out in the country. And the last thing I remember is somebody like coming at me, just really bright lights.
Uh-huh,
And I
yeah,
think I must have been hitting a curve, and I just didn't see it.
yeah.
But I don't remember anything after that.
Okay, yeah, dude.
Except I just woke up in a ditch like 2 hours later.
Yeah,
You know, ambulance coming and all that shit.
yeah, man, that's crazy, dude. For real. Yeah, I've definitely been there when my phone's died and I'm driving around. I'm totally fucking lost.
Hmm.
And then that's crazy because, you know, I've been in Rockford for 10, 12 years
Hmm.
and I still don't know my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, dude. So you wake up, bro. Like, what are the first thoughts in your mind, if you don't mind me asking?
I didn't really know what the fuck happened. I didn't know where I was. It was just this couple that found me, and you know, they're trying to make sure I'm okay. I'm trying to pick up my bike and ride away, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
And
shit!
I had a broken collarbone, I had
Ooh,
cracked ribs, and this thumb was broken. This shit's all fucked up, you know.
yeah.
None of that mattered. Like, the adrenaline was there, so I didn't know any of that happened.
And the people that were trying to stop you from going, were those the people that you crashed into, or they crashed
I
into?
didn't crash into anybody, man. I just went off the road.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I think I just didn't see a curve coming or something, or I hit some loose gravel. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
why I got 2 tickets, and they got thrown out, because I was
Okay.
the only witness,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't remember anything. You know? So Yeah.
And
Yeah.
afterwards, when you get out of the hospital, are you are you drawing or?
Yeah, it took me a minute because like my back was all scraped up.
And your hand was fucked up too
My
as
hand
well,
was my hand was my thumb was broken. I had to have surgery on that, and so like it wasn't in a cast at first. It was just like wrapped up and had a a splint on it. But once I got the cast on is when I started drawing again. I started playing drums again. I didn't say that, but I'm a drummer. I've been a drummer since fourth grade. You know, and so I started playing the drums again at J&K Lounge when they had the open stage, and that's when I started getting into shit again.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because I could feel like I could work it again. It still hurt, but I could still draw.
Yeah.
And that's why I started doing just like the throw up style shit, because that's the only thing I could do. I couldn't do like real complex
Yeah, because
stuff.
I mean, I've been there, man. I definitely, I mean, not an accident, but I definitely worked a job that constantly tired out my hands, bro. There's times where
Yeah.
I can't draw over like an hour because my
Yeah.
hand starts to get stiff.
Yeah, it was rough, but like, once I got the cast on, I could kind of use that as like a guide. And so that's when I started really making art again. Um, like I took a huge break from making art. I would make some here and there, and it just didn't really amount to anything. Like some of the pieces that I'm working on now are like shit that I started 10 years ago. None of these, but some of like the prints that I used to do and drawings I used to do. I've just added on to them. So there's gonna be a lot more complex shit than what you see in front of you here.
Yeah. Definitely dope stuff, man. Are these just pieces you keep, or are these pieces that you plan on putting out there?
They'll be out there. They're gonna be at Texas Lounge February 26th. There's gonna be a show there, the Noir show. I think you're in it too.
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the ones that are gonna be in there. As you can see, it's like a night theme, and my whole idea is like you know with the noir theme. Being a graffiti artist, you usually do that at night, unless you're a crazy person, right?
Yeah.
So, so, so like doing that with sort of the muted colors and the little yellows in there.
I like what you do with the colors.
Yeah.
Do you just do layers?
Yeah, yeah. So like I left a bunch of spray paint out in the garage over the winter, and so when you spray it out, it just comes out all
Gunky.
crazy like that. So I just started doing like backdrops with that and drawing over them.
Yeah, dope,
Yeah.
man. And how do you develop your style?
It's constantly evolving, man. It's like obviously everybody who gets into graffiti starts out biting other people's styles and shit, and then they grow from that and kind of create their own style. But like I paid attention to like how advertisers like you know companies like Bubble Yum, how they draw their letters,
Yeah, yeah.
and just paid attention to how different play because that's all graffiti is. You're just marketing yourself, instead of a business.
Mm.
And that was the whole idea behind the whole thing is like why should these companies get to market themselves on billboards and I can't,
Mm-hmm.
let me get my name out there.
Yeah, trust me, man.
It's like, ask for forgiveness later, and do it now, you know.
And how long did it take you to form this style?
Well, I've been doing graffiti for about 16 years, so about 16 years.
God damn, dude.
This is a real simple style. Like I said, like I can do some really immaculate pieces too, but
Yeah, I mean,
that'll be coming,
yeah, for sure,
pretty
man.
soon.
Yeah, I definitely love your letters, man.
Hmm.
Definitely do.
Yeah, it's something I did. Like, I never stopped doing graffiti. I just doodle. Like when I
Yeah.
was at work or on the phone or something, I'll just doodle the names and shit. And that's all it really is. It's like a comfort thing for me now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm prolific as fuck with this shit. Like I've given out so many pieces to people like just for free.
Yeah, dude, I used to do that a lot. Do you ever regret it though?
I don't. because like the whole idea that I had behind graffiti art is like it's like those Mandela paintings with the sand.
Mhm.
It's gonna get buffed or washed away, so nothing is permanent with it. So why not share it? You know, people will buy it if they want to, but I give shit out to people I care about.
Yeah, no, I seen you at the Texas Lounge, if you don't mind me telling.
Yeah,
But I seen you giving out booklets, man.
yeah, these little books here, and they're
Yeah,
actually for sale over at the Bubble Hive.
yeah,
Where you
yeah,
got some of your shit at?
yeah.
You know,
Definitely go check it out, man. Yeah.
$9 each. This is Tempest right here. She's been filling it up with songs and shit.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mine is I'm using one of the ones I got from you, bro. I'm using it as a coloring book. I just do outlines, and then I'm
Oh
probably just
yeah,
gonna give it to somebody to color. 'Cause I'm
for
too
real,
lazy.
man. For real, man. That's see, and that's the intention. Is like these books, like I can get them cheap and put my name on them, and people can create from them. You
Yeah,
know, and that's what a lot of the people a lot of the artists I gave them to at Skrilla shows, like they took them home and wrote it,
yeah, yeah.
and that's big.
Yeah, dude. They're definitely. I don't know why, bro. It's just like the little booklets are cool.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Yeah, music, man. I know we're kind of like hip hopping around, but music, bro. What? When did
Okay,
that come
yeah,
around?
I did start talking about that and then sidetracked.
No,
Yeah.
but that's fine, man. Like, man, that's the thing about podcasting, man. Like, even though we're here for what? We could be here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But even then, bro, you still can't fill your whole life story in those 2 hours.
No, you can't. That's and that's the thing. Vic was my first podcast, and I felt like I didn't say enough,
Yeah.
but I think I said enough.
Oh yeah,
Now I do.
yeah, yeah.
I listened to it once, and I was like, yeah, I think I did all right.
You definitely did a dope episode, man.
Yeah, but uh, but no, as far as the music goes, like I said, I got real heavy into hip hop around the same time as graffiti, and that's one of the pillars of hip hop. So,
Who'd you listen
um,
to?
a lot of Nas,
Oh really? Yeah,
Big Pun, a
yeah.
lot of those old school '90s like New York rappers and shit, like Mobb Deep and all that.
Hmm.
So like I kind of learned a lot from them on how to carry myself. They were my teachers in a lot of ways, and just not even just with like dealing with people, but dealing with daily life, man. Like there's a lot of knowledge in there, a lot of gems they drop in. And that's
That's
why I really gravitated toward hip hop because it's like they're trying to teach people shit.
well, those type. Obviously there's different types of rap that.
There is, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Like I know you can get a different, how you want to say, influence from listening to like Snoop Dogg than you can from Nas.
Mm,
Different,
for sure, yeah.
different. I don't know how you want to call it. Vibes,
It's
sound.
like one of the most versatile genres, though. And,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's all over the place. And that's why it's so big these days. Like it's the number one genre in the world
It is.
because of that.
And wait, so you got into hip hop at the same time as graffiti, but is there anything you used to listen to before that? Is there anything
Well,
your
I
mom
listen
used
to
to?
a lot of classic rock, like
Ew.
Queen,
Ew.
Pink Floyd, shit like that. AC/DC. Even my mom used to. She had a '77 Charger.
Ooh, shit.
It's fucking loud as hell, and she'd pump AC/DC out of that, or Queen. Anything that went real hard. Nazareth. You know.
Yeah, 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 man.
So I grew up with rock and roll and got into hip hop, and that's the thing too, is like people like Rick Rubin really kind of fused the two together, and I heard all those songs when I was growing up too, the Fat Boys, and you know when Anthrax and Public Enemy did a song together, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't too far removed, you know really. It's just I feel like they're saying realer shit, you know in
And
some of it.
what do you really look for when you listen to music? Are you just looking for badass lyrics or some?
It's got to be a good mix, man. Like with hip hop, it's got to be like a dope ass beat, but also saying something. It doesn't have to be anything super profound, but at least saying something. And not just talking shit about what you got and stuff. Which I understand that side of it too.
Mhm.
You know, you know, when you come from nothing, it feels good to talk about what you got with your talents.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand that side of it, but like the shit that I'm into is like some of the more underground shit. You know, like people that are like MF Doom. You know, in that same vein. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Like I'm into a lot of shit, and I'm a big fan of The Alchemist.
Ooh,
That's
hell
kind
yeah.
of who I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
You know, he does these albums with just one artist, and they just work together, and that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I didn't really know who he was until I started watching Action Bronson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and see, you know, he made a lot of beats that were like nobody really paid attention to producers back
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
another thing. Yeah, producers.
and Kanye West, I feel like kind of broke out. You know, broke that mold of like you can't be a producer rapper, and like people were actually paying attention to producers after that.
Dude, I've seen the documentary, man. I didn't know that he was going through that,
I
bro.
haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna. I want to.
Yeah, it's not like the best, but like you definitely do see what he was struggling with
Yeah.
before he is now, and you kind of see why he is what he is, kind of
Mm-hmm.
obviously, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's a good watch. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely learned a thing or two from that. But we are about that 35 minutes, man. We are gonna head to the smoke room, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just chop it up a little bit more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are watching, definitely stay tuned. Continue to watch. Follow. How you say it? Damn you.
That's funny. That's funny actually. Like my friend Andy calls me "damn you" just to fuck with me, but yeah, it's Damu.
Damu. There you
Yeah,
go,
Damu.
bro. Because I try to I said it to Skrilla, and he was like, "What you say?"
No, it seems to be the way it is. Like anytime I had a name, like a certain group of people says it different. I don't really care, you know, as long
Yeah.
as they know who I am, you know.
But I'm a horrible fucking speller, reader, all that. Bro. So yeah, definitely apologize.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Not at
but
all.
we're gonna head to the smoke room. Definitely check it out and stay with us. We're in the studio. Thank you, Dakota, for coming, man.
Hmm.
I know we're bouncing all around, but we're in the smoke room now. And now people think, oh man, we're in the smoke room. We're just gonna get high. But the reason why I call it the smoke room is because I might ask smokier questions. You know,
Oh
something.
shit.
Yeah, but nothing too, nothing like too. I think hardcore, but at the same time, you know, a wrong saying something can mean something. You know, I don't know if I'm making sense. Just like, do you think it's hard for an artist in Rockford to really blossom?
I think it can be, you know. Yeah, yeah, it definitely
And
can.
this was the thing I mentioned earlier. Is you know, well, you brought it up the clicks, man.
Mhm.
I feel like that's a big issue in Rockford.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're not in somebody's clique, it's hard for them to fuck with you and hard for them to help you out. Granted, I might be wrong. Some people are willing to help, but to really get the full like membership, you have to click up. And like I said, I might be wrong, man. But
Well, it's
that,
all just networking at the end of the day.
yeah, yeah.
I bounce around with a lot of different people.
You know, yeah, yeah. And me, bro, I don't care if you're on this click, that click,
Mm-hmm.
bro. As long as you're cool with me, I'm cool with you,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
All my tears or whatever of you know me fucking with you, they're all not. You know, it's just the kindness of the person.
Yeah, for real. That's really what matters.
Yeah. Where was your first event?
Like the first event that I ever hosted or anything.
Or you've been in?
Um. Oh
Let,
man,
let,
I was in a lot of art shows. A
was it easy
few
for you
years
to
back.
get into those art shows, or did it take time?
Um. A lot of the early ones started in school.
Oh,
I
really?
went to Kish for a while.
Okay.
Made prints and stuff. So like I got into those art shows. But as far as like getting into shows that are just at a gallery around town,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a little bit harder.
Yeah,
You know,
dude, it
because
is.
you got to just like build a rapport with whoever's there.
You gotta have a connection to that place.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah, that's important.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
trust me, I've been that person to walk into a store and be like, "Can I host my art in here?"
Hmm.
They look at me like, "Who am I?"
Yeah, yeah. But it's like if they let you do it, though, they can find out. You know.
And I feel like, I mean, obviously, if you don't got that, connection, you really gotta have outstanding art, for them to even consider.
Outstanding art, or just like being able to approach them in the right way, I guess, would be a good thing. And just like sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't have the drive or ambition to get out there like that.
Dude, trust me, hell
You
yeah.
know,
I definitely
and
feel
it's
that.
not even just drive or ambition, but it's self doubt. Insecurity. Once you can get past that, the sky is really the limit. You know,
And and did you have any of that insecurities about your art
for sure.
or yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Like I didn't really start getting real outgoing about it until about a year ago. So, it takes time. You have to understand what the problem is, though, and work on it.
And may I ask, did you know what your problem was?
Yeah, yeah. I was just really, really depressed and just really down on myself about everything.
Mhm.
And I went to therapy.
Yeah.
Started talking about that shit with a therapist, and kind of grew from that. You don't even realize it's helping as much as it does.
Okay.
Because they teach you how to cope and all that shit.
And did you understand? Did you even know what that was, like coping? Because
No, I didn't. I
yeah,
didn't understand what it meant.
yeah. I mean, depending on what age you were, bro, like it really is hard for somebody to
Yeah.
really grasp what somebody older or somebody that's in a profession is
Yeah.
telling them.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely been there, bro. I've definitely been depressed, and like that really stopped my growth in a
Yeah.
lot of ways.
Yeah.
I also went to therapy, bro, and in a way, I felt like it wasn't really helpful at the time.
Hmm.
If I could go back, I wish I could, but I can't because that's just pricey at the time.
It is pricey.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But seeking help is
It's
always a good
worth it.
idea.
Yeah. It's definitely worth it, man. When you feel like you do need like help in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
What was your coping mechanisms besides the therapy? Was it more music or was it more art?
It was music.
Mm,
Music and art, really. Because like I said, I always did the doodles. That's kind of therapy for me.
it is.
Painting is therapy.
Yeah,
Making a beat is therapy.
yeah. For me, not
Yeah.
paint because I'm barely working on paint, so it gives me more of a headache sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let it flow, man.
Yeah, I do, but man, like I mean, paint, it's kind of unique, man, because
Yeah.
there's more to it than just knowing how to be perfect, like drawing perfect circles.
Hmm.
It's knowing the shade of where the circle's sitting,
Hmm.
uh, drying time, because
Hmm.
it's not like you could just paint over it; it mixes if
Hmm.
it's still wet.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of things to it.
It's different, but
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can sit and leave that alone for a while, go and do something else, and come back later on. I like that aspect of painting with acrylics and oils.
Yeah.
You know,
How long were you working on acrylics on?
I just started messing with acrylics, like actually trying to paint something like 3 years ago.
Mm,
Around the time I started making beats, you know. So
and yeah, man,
it's really just seeking happiness. Ultimately, is like this is what makes me happy, so I'm gonna do more of it.
yeah, I feel you,
You
man.
know.
Uh, that definitely was me with the drawing, but at the same time, another one, which is kind of a negative, man, was weed.
Hmm.
They say don't don't kill your pain with sorrow or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing with weed, and
Yeah, I
in a
did
way,
a little bit.
because yeah, man, like weed was making me so happy, I kind of forgot about drawing. I kind of
Yeah.
I left drawing behind like
Yeah.
that many times, bro.
Yeah, it'll do it.
Yeah, bro. And I really regret it because I feel like I could have been better if I was consistent.
Yeah.
Do you ever regret not being consistent?
Yeah. Yeah, there were a lot of times like I kick myself now for not being more like proactive in my youth, believing in myself more.
Mm.
You know, I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is believing in themselves. So that's something we all have in common.
Yeah. Man, and yeah, sorry I keep hip hopping around with the fucking subjects, man. But right, music. You're getting into it, bro. How long have you been in it, working on it?
So I've been writing raps since I was 16 too,
Okay.
but I didn't start thinking about making beats until about 3 years ago.
And were you vocabularistic? I mean, like you know your vocabulary in order to rhyme.
Yeah, yeah, I got a pretty decent vocabulary for that. And I've never shown anybody any of it.
Oh, okay.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah,
it'll come though. It's gonna come ultimately. But yeah, like I like to get really lyrical. You know, it's fun.
Well, I mean, that's what I assume when you do music, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta have a good vocabulary.
yeah,
That's something I've learned about podcasting too, bro. Like
yeah.
I learned I use a lot of the same words, but you know,
Well, it gets you to think about it more for sure, man.
yeah,
You
and
start writing, you start to pay attention to that shit.
yeah, you. Well, I mean, I do with myself,
Yeah.
and fucking that makes me think. You know, if you do music, man, you gotta have strong vocabulary. Do you think that, or in your
I don't
opinion?
think it's completely necessary because there's some songs that are just a couple lines repeated over and over, you know,
Yeah,
and it can still be a banger, you know.
yeah, that's true.
but I mean, I don't know. As far as like, you know, I always liked really lyrical hip hop, you know, or just like real laid back and chill shit. So that's what I try to do, you know.
Yeah, so just straight hip hop rap that you're trying to be
Yeah,
in.
basically make beats. Like I said, I want to be the next Alchemist. Like, you know, making albums with people like directly, you know, Mad Lib, that type of shit. So,
And dude, is honestly, I mean, sorry if I'm wrong, bro, but do you have anything out there?
I don't right now, man.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I haven't. I didn't even start showing people any of my beats until like 6 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a journey. You know,
And you don't mind me asking, who did you show people to? Show
um,
them to?
just friends around town. A lot of people I met at J&K.
Okay, yeah,
They've
yeah.
been pretty supportive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, is that like that's a music spot, right? Because they
yeah,
have their karaoke.
yeah,
They also got the comedy. Shout
yeah.
out Marcos. Fucking and I know you just did something music related there, right?
Yeah. Um, yeah, we hosted an event. It's like a hip hop, poetry, R&B show. Um, I raffled off a canvas and a sweater that I did at the spot right before
Oh,
the
really?
show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like spray paint or like
I
acrylic?
just took a Sharpie and drew on a sweater,
Okay,
like
yeah, yeah,
a red crew neck sweater,
yeah,
and just wrote the love plug on it. You know,
yeah.
so that was the name of the event. So that went pretty good. I think it'll definitely happen again
Yeah, dude.
real soon.
Definitely shout out the JNK Lounge right there downtown Rockford, man.
Yeah,
Definitely dope people. I can't really say I know them, but I've met them. They seem like really great people,
they've
man.
been really open with doing
The older
new
guy
things.
and so. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And how'd you have you known them, or is that a bar you go
Um,
to and you just talk to them?
I started going there like a week after they opened, and I kind of developed a relationship over time. I made some friends there, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, I only went one time, bro. To be honest,
yeah,
yeah, it was for the comedy night.
should come out more, man.
I know, yeah,
It's a
that's
fun
the
spot.
thing. Yeah,
I always meet somebody interesting there.
I know, bro. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. So, I mean, but the thing is, me, man, I'm not really, how you want to say, social.
Yeah,
That's one of the many reasons I started this podcast
Yeah.
because I want to break out of that shell.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it
It's a
kind of
good way to
helps.
do it.
It kind of helps, but it kind of backfires because then I get nervous when I go out because what if somebody say, "Hey man, aren't you the guy that does a podcast?" You know, and then I get shy.
You should be proud of yourself for that, though.
Yeah, man,
It's a
but
real cool thing to do.
yeah,
And if somebody recognizes you, the shit's dope, man. So they're gonna be happy about it.
yeah, man. You think that, right? But like in my mind, it's just I think my experience.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I had a great life, bro. Like two great parents,
Mhm.
but you know, even having two great parents, I feel like they can't really shield you from the world, and I kind of experienced the world in a
Mhm.
negative way.
Mhm.
So all this love and recognition, bro, like all that,
Feels
bro, it's
weird.
really new to me.
It
So
feels weird, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So that also hits me when I'm about to go out, like you know.
Yeah.
So that also stops me from going to events, you know, like
Yeah.
other stuff too.
Yeah.
It's well, and then that, and also like just you know not being employed, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I feel you. That's the thing too. Is I quit my job.
yeah. I mean, I got fired. You know, I'm not gonna lie, and I said I left. No, I got fired because I was fucking up. You know,
Yeah.
but at the same time, bro, I was just tired of that job, bro. Like I
Yeah.
shit you not, that job was sucking my artistry.
That's how I felt too, man.
Yeah,
That wasn't the reason that I left, but there's other more important reasons. But like, I didn't leave it to pursue my art, but it just kind of came with it because
yeah,
I got to scramble,
yeah. No,
hustle and shit.
no, dude, tell me about it, man. When I lost my job, I was like, fuck, you know. Luckily, bro, I shit you not. Around the time I got let go, the fucking the what was it like the COVID
Mm-hmm.
payments
Yeah, yeah,
that and the my tax return saved my ass, bro. I paid off my
yeah,
truck, so I had
yeah.
nothing on me. Like I got nothing expensive, so
Mm-hmm.
I was just like fuck, you know, I'm gonna work on my artistry.
Yeah, yeah,
And little things have come from that, bro. Like it started just me trying to draw as much as I can,
yeah,
and then starting YouTube,
yeah,
and then it started the spray cans, and
yeah. I think we're entering a renaissance period in this point in history right now.
yeah.
Like, there's been periods like that before when shit like this happens, when the whole world kind of turns upside down, and people kind of just go off and do their own thing, create,
Dude, yes, yeah. Like
make art, you know.
what's it called? Uh, I don't know how you want to say it. New gems are born out of ashes or something, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
or tragedies,
yeah.
you know.
Hmm. Yeah, some of the best art was created around tragedy. You know.
And yeah, man, sorry we
Nobody
took that.
wants it.
Yeah, dude, that. Yeah, true. Tell me I mean, it sucks
Why not make the best?
because you can't say that. You know, the COVID times were easy for artists. It was even harder.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was hard for me to sell art at a period of time because you know COVID's going around. People probably think the painting has COVID on it.
Yeah,
Everything had COVID.
yeah.
You know.
In the beginning, yeah, it was like washing everything that came from outside and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, man, I
it's
hope.
wild times.
Yeah, dude, for real. I can't wait for it to be over, or if it is gonna be
Yeah,
over, or
at
whatever.
least get better and shit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
Yeah, man. Sorry, we keep taking detours, man.
that's cool, man.
But
That's what we're here for.
your music, bro. What are you working on right now, or what do you have in
Um,
development?
well, I'm working on a 7-song EP with my friend Tempest. She's here. Shouts to
Right here.
Tempest. And there's gonna be a good mix of stuff on there. It's gonna be like kind of laid back, Erica Badu type shit, or Lauryn Hill, Amy Winehouse type, you know, and some reggaeton,
Oh,
maybe
really?
a bachata. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's going pretty good now. I'm meeting every Wednesday, and she works on writing, and I work on finishing up beats, and then she'll listen to the beat as I'm making it and start writing, like get sort of a vibe from the sound of it.
Yeah. And when did you guys come across to work on this music thing?
I met her at 317
Okay.
Market Street.
And for everybody who don't know, and definitely correct me, Tempest, she's an artist, a painting artist.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, paintings. I will do mixed media things.
Yeah, and the music, I was surprised I didn't know until he announced. So,
I know. I didn't even start really singing out loud in front of people until maybe like a year or two ago.
yeah.
But
Yeah, so I guess like I met her at karaoke.
right.
She was
Yeah,
singing,
yeah,
she was
yeah, the
singing
karaoke.
karaoke, and
Yeah.
I was like, God damn. So it was like I started talking to her.
Yeah, dude. Man, I really do gotta go check it out, man. It's just all that, and then low key, I just be lazy, man. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I feel that.
yeah.
For sure.
So, I mean, obviously, Tempest, I would love to have you come back when you for your own episode. You know.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, whenever you got time to come on your own, if you like.
No, I would love to.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
love to. Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because I mean, eventually I was gonna reach out because I knew you're a painter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely love to have art artists, but they're a little bit harder to get.
Yeah.
I mean, music artists, man, it's a lot in Rockford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, just art for me, I think, is just in every form. Like, I
Mhm.
love visual art, I love
Yeah, yeah.
music,
Yeah.
and just, I think,
Yeah, but man, like you hear a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but like you do hear frequently that people eventually got into music.
Yeah.
You know.
oh,
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of kids I went to high school with that are rappers or something producing,
Yeah.
doing all kinds of it. Because it's coming.
oh my god.
No, dude.
The
within the next-
pressure.
No, I could imagine. I mean, the thing I like about music is not just listening to it; it's also the artist. Because a person can be more harsher to a music artist
Mhm.
than a regular artist, you know.
Okay.
Because I mean, if somebody doesn't like the sound, they can just be right away. You know, they can tell right away they don't like it. But art, you look at it, you see what you don't like or what you do like and stuff.
Mm.
So I feel like music artists get criticized more harshly. So I commend them for that every time.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in the same boat.
Yeah, for sure. That's why we all collaborate.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it's all about, is collaborations.
Yeah, I've seen people work on their music, bro. Like, I didn't really think it was that much thought into it. I feel like you just go in there, you know it's hot, you just drop it. But it's more to it than that.
A lot to it, yeah.
I know, I'm like definitely exploring that,
Yeah.
just like,
And do you find it difficult or easy?
No, I find it easy. Like I think authenticity is like so important.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm trying to be like true to myself and how I feel, and I just write about things I've experienced,
And-
and because we're all human, I think we all
And
feel at some level the same,
Mhm.
and when you're doing the music thing, are you more singing or like a rapper in a way?
Oh, I would say singing.
Okay.
She's amazing. So.
Let me act like a rapper though sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
goofing
kidding.
around, she'll start
I'll
rapping.
be like
It's funny
goofing
as hell.
around,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you'll mind me quickly, who did you listen to growing up?
Yeah, so I think my mom, I think I got like definitely more like R&B, like 90s vibes, like Mariah Carey all the time,
Okay.
Whitney Houston,
Woo.
you know, so I would try to like obviously sing along with them, but then for my dad, I think it was like classic rock vibes, like Eagles,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The Doors. I love Jim Morrison so much. And just,
Oh,
yeah, so
man.
I think I got a variety of things growing up, but I'm also always trying to explore music and different genres. I love Spanish music. I love just all types of music.
And
Definitely.
well, yeah, I would definitely love to get more into it on yours, but we'll do something after this podcast. Yeah, a little promotion video.
Yeah, for sure. Once we finish the first song, we will,
Oh my
we will
gosh.
talk.
Like, did well you Dakota man? Did you think it was this much planning into music?
Yeah, I pretty much knew what to expect. One of my biggest things, like, I always liked watching like biopics or listening to memoirs or reading memoir books
Mm,
from people I idolized, to see how they did it.
okay, yeah,
And it's not that hard to do it the way they did it. you know, like they just were themselves.
yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean, it took time, but it pays off, man.
oh, yeah.
Did you think
Mhm.
being you would pay off? I really didn't think me.
I didn't.
Yeah, bro. I
There's a
mean,
large portion of my life where I didn't.
I was definitely a weird, annoying kid. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah, man.
Me
I didn't
too.
really
My
think.
sister can attest. She was there for
Yeah, mine too. And then
it.
and then out of nowhere, I was that cool brother. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not because of the podcasting. Because like after a while, I just started smoking weed, right? And it was just obvious to the whole family. She's like, oh, look at the cool
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So when may I ask, is it coming out soon, or is it still in development
I
for a
hope so.
while? Yeah.
Like we're just in the writing process right now. I'm still making beats, but
Mhm.
what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, I feel like we're trying to like just approach it like in a relaxed way.
Yeah.
I'll just be writing
No pressure and shit. This is
because
our first project, both me
right.
and her.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I never thought I would be like doing this at
yeah,
all. So I'm just like grateful for him
yeah.
to be like making music,
Yeah,
and
she's
I'm
really easy to work with.
definitely
She's very
like vibing
open,
with
very
it.
very open musically, like experimenting and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely can't wait, man. If there's something I love to do is listen to music, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that I got music artist people coming on, I definitely do love to
Yeah.
listen to the music before I have them on.
Mhm.
That's something I did learn to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is like meeting these people out here. I met my guy Duke that I did the event with.
Yeah.
I met him at J&K Lounge.
And
He
he
was singing
mm,
on open stage, and he's an R&B singer.
ooh,
So we just started talking.
oh shit.
We started working together, kind of on a few different ideas. That was one of them.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's dope. Is what about another event, a music event,
maybe in the next month or so.
at the JK?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'd be down for that. And since that happened, I've seen a lot more like hip hop oriented shit happening there. So like I think Rick has a show there pretty soon.
Rick Monster?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, with Artista.
Oh, right there.
Yeah,
Okay. I know another people I gotta go visit, man, for real. Very talented DJs, man.
yeah, yeah. So I've been seeing a lot more people getting involved and going out there. It feels nice to see that. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, man. Again, skipping, bro.
Yeah, I jump all over the place too. Like, it's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, man, bro. We are getting close to it, man. Unless you
Yeah.
do have something I am skipping over, bro, because that tends to happen a lot.
I don't think so. I think we touched on a lot. You know, I'm out here trying to promote and plan events. It seems like I'm okay at that. I'm pretty decent at doing
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, no, dude, that's a whole category on its own, bro.
Yeah,
Hosting events.
yeah. So like, I like to stay behind the scenes as a drummer. Like I never had a problem performing as a drummer because I'm in the back.
Hmm.
You know, so I like to stay behind the scenes
And yeah,
for these things. But I'm
dude,
still out here.
what made you go into the drums?
My uncle gave me. He knew that I had an interest because I talked about different drummers all the time and how I liked how it sounded. he had a drum set that he had when he was a kid.
Hmm.
It was a 69 Ludwig. It's like all sparkly and silver and shit. So he gave that to me when I was, I don't know, like 8 or something.
Holy shit! And you're dabbling in that at the time.
What's that?
You're dabbling.
Yeah, dabbling, yeah. And then
Shit.
I got into the band classes in elementary school and middle school and high school. The only time I didn't do band was senior year.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
I just got tired of the teacher. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, man.
A lot of teachers, a lot of music teachers tend to like kind of hate on drummers. Seems like.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
because they're never usually drummers
Mm.
themselves, and they're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, do your part, keep the beat. You
yeah.
know?
I mean,
Don't get fancy.
I could imagine with like some, I don't know what the fuck you call them, the people with the wand,
Oh, the conductor.
the conduct. I can
Yeah,
imagine
yeah, yeah.
people that are conductors being like, yeah, no drums, fuck that.
Yeah, and
But
that's what.
but like me, man, like I have no idea what's in what music, all that. You know, I just love the sound that's produced by it. At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
that's important. That's why we do it. You know, we do it for people that can appreciate it.
Wait, is there a set date for the EP?
There's no set date,
Okay.
not just yet, but at least within the next year, I hope it'll be ready. Sometime sooner rather than later, but you know.
No, dude, trust me. I somebody showed me music that they've been holding for a while, so you know, I definitely can understand.
I gotta start thinking up a clever release date.
Yeah.
Something that'll be funny.
Yeah, I think this is just like more of like a passion project, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't want to put really like a deadline on it.
Yeah, when it's a
Yeah.
passion thing, then you definitely it's like wine, you know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I want to do things. I've approached a few different artists out here about working with me on an album, you know. And Tempest just happens to be the first one that I'm really going in with, you know. But there's definitely going to be a lot more to come.
Wait, and are you producing the whole thing, or are you just doing a part in it and having someone else produce it?
I'm basically producing the whole shit.
Oh, there.
You know, I'm learning how to engineer like sound and shit.
And that's another different type of medium in its
For
own.
real, yeah. But I do know some pretty good people that I can reach out to.
Dope.
You
In
know?
Rockford?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent out here. As
I
far as
know,
producers go.
dude. For real, there is, man. There is.
Yeah, and a lot of times getting into producing, um, you know, beats and shit, it's like you don't really know what to expect. You gotta really educate yourself on the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, because like being able to actually sell the music that you're producing, you know, because I use a lot of samples, fucking around, you know, but like I've been trying to stay away from as much of that as possible and just playing with original sounds,
Dude.
you know.
I could imagine that's fucking hard. Everything, every sound or thing you can imagine, I feel like it's taken up. But then, at the end of the
But like,
day,
there's times where I'll take my phone out and I'll be watching like, you know, Unsolved Mysteries or some shit, and I'll hear something funny or something crazy, and I'll record it. And sometimes it doesn't even stay being the words. Sometimes it turns into like the melody a little bit and a little bit of the cadence and the drums and shit. So
yeah,
it's just unrecognizable at that point. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know too much. It's just I went to go see a. My girl actually took me to go see a DJ Eighth Wonder or something like that.
yeah.
Fucking told me all about this sampling shit. I'm like, no fucking way. I didn't have no idea.
Sampling is fun.
Yeah, and then
It's so fun.
later on finding out about like how people make sounds or beats.
Yeah.
Bro, it can literally man, it takes a while.
It takes a while, yeah.
Especially trying to come up with something fresh.
Because a lot of times I don't even go into it expecting anything. It's just like, I want to use this for something. Like, I have a lot of things that I'm like, I want to use this for something. But I don't know what yet. Like, I used to make lists a lot, and that helped me to organize my thoughts, and I think that I've gotten to that point where I don't really need to write it out anymore. Like I'm able to just sit there and think like, this is what I'm gonna do with this thing, this is what I'm gonna do with that thing.
Does it come to you easy, or do you really need to sit and think?
Sometimes I need to sit and think. Usually I just go into it like real loosey goosey.
Do you listen to anybody in particular to get motivated?
Um, a lot of time, yeah. I mean, a lot of times I'll throw on like there's this MF Doom Sade mashup that I like to throw on
Yeah.
because it's like two great artists together and they really go good together in that mashup. But just see like different things that are gonna keep going continuously, so I don't have to keep stopping. Like I like to listen to records a lot too, but it's like
Oh, really?
Yeah. You got to keep getting up and flipping the shit.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So yeah, I've been experimenting a lot with that. Those like getting, um, buying records
Oh, really?
that I think seem interesting and shit. Like I found a couple dance mixes like from Chicago that were unopened the other day.
Shit,
I still
yeah.
have to check them out. They look really cool.
Dope. I mean, I felt records, but like I never, like played them. Just felt them and stuff.
I
I
got
can
like
imagine that's a bitch.
I got
Flipping
like
it.
a lot of gospel records
Yeah.
that somebody gave to me. I thought about just taking like snippets and you know
Yeah.
fucking with the sound to where it doesn't sound like it, but it's like you're making a sound from something else. It's really fun.
Yeah, no, man.
It's like dissecting it.
I've because I've thought about going into music, but for me, I thought just beats, making beats, because I definitely love melodic shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like shit that like makes me cry sometimes. To just
Yeah.
tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or makes me feel. The ones that make me feel, man, those are the ones that make me tear up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
That's the type of music I
I
want to
definitely
make.
feel that.
yeah. But yeah, man, we are about that hour and 18 minutes, man. Around this time, unless we did skip something, man.
No, I don't think we skipped anything just yet. I'm just, I'm gonna be, like I said when I walked in, working with Selena at Texas Lounge on like a comedy night or a poetry night, maybe alternating weeks.
Yeah, that'd be dope,
And
bro.
I'm gonna be working with people to get involved and get people out there too. Um, so that's coming in the next month or so. Um, I gotta meet with her next Wednesday to discuss a little bit more. But apart from that, the only thing really happening is this Saturday. I don't know when this is going out, but this Saturday, the 26th.
Yeah, the 26th.
Yeah, the Noir show.
Yeah. This
Texas
podcast.
Lounge.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be past
Okay.
the event.
That's
I'll
cool.
throw some video in there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really the only thing coming up for now. But I have talked to a few other people around town about doing some things, so there'll be more to come.
Yeah. Definitely check them out. There will be links down below, guys, in the video. Definitely go check them out. Keep updated with what he got planned. Yeah, and usually when people come, bro, I do a little drawings for them. So yeah, thank you so
Cool.
much. Don't show the camera. It's just for you.
Oh, and the other thing too, I guess, is if you want to get any sort of art like this up here, down here, one of these books, Bubble Hive, downtown.
Oh yeah, exactly. Location site. See,
And
we could
he's
be
got
joking.
his monsters there too. Those shits are crazy.
The Bubble Hive, guys, downtown Rockford. I think it opens up from like 8 or 9 till 5 or 6. Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah. There's a lot of great art coming in there.
Yeah.
Not just me and you, but like there's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people coming in there.
Yeah, they are definitely open than most with artists. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but and another thing too, bro. Yeah, whenever you want to come back again, my door's always open. Same thing for you, Tempest.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll probably do something, get her with Vic or something when this thing is about finished, and then probably you two, depending. It doesn't matter who's first, you know. But yeah, we'll be
Yeah,
out here.
yeah. And if guys, if I sounded like a dumb on this podcast, definitely go check out Vic.
Nah, you don't sound dumb.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely go check out Vic's, man. Another great podcaster, man, on Spotify. Beats, Breaks, Bamboo, and Beyond. Link down below.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and until then, stay tuned and stay safe.
Pop, 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 pop.